Apiary. I am fully suited and I have cracked open a hive. We will see what we find in here. You can see the entrance to the hive is down here. The bees will go in there, they go up and then up onto the top. I've already taken off the lid. It's going to be a little bit difficult for me to be working with one hand and I'm by myself today. So this is called a hive tool. You can see has two ends, two different types. One of them is to crack open the hive is what it's called. So we lift up the hive because bees use what's called propolis. It's like a bee glue and it seals everything shut. So we have to use it just to pop it open. I also have my smoker and this helps calm the bees. It also makes them go back into the hive just to calm them down, say, hey, nothing's going on here. Everything's gonna be okay. We even kind of smoke ourselves. So try and show you a frame real quick. I'm gonna try and grab this one, try and loosen it up. Again, I'm working by myself. Usually we have 3 people out here, my son and my daughter-in-law. We are all 3 beekeepers. Hopefully I can show you a few things on this frame here. If I can get it out. Oh, there it goes. All right, so you can see that we have some bees. We have a lot of bees on this one. I'm going to try and flip it over and see what we can see on the other one. So we have some. All right, so up here at the top, we have some honey. We have some babies right here. That's the larva. You can see everybody walking around. Everybody's kind of scared because I'm opening up the hive. But so this is one frame. We can see, oh, that's a little bit of pollen in there. So you see pollen, they collect it. You can see the difference between honey. See the color of the caps, and this is actually babies here, the larvae, okay? So let me see if I can pull out another one first to look at. Sorry, I don't want to make y'all crazy with the video, but okay. And I'm gonna smoke them because they're gonna get angry at me. So in a hive, we have a couple of different types of bees. We have a drone, which is the boys. We have the worker bees, which is the girls. And then we have the queen. When you see a bee flying outside, like the ones that bother you, they're usually girls. They do all the work in a hive. The boys do nothing. They just have one job, and it's to make more babies. But once they make a baby, they die. Right here, if you look at that one, that big one, that's a drone bee actually. That's going to be a male. You can see the pollen. That yellow is the pollen. Our queens are marked. I'm not going to really look for her today because I don't want to bother her. It's a colder day, so they don't really fly on cold days. 55 and below, your insects won't fly. Oh, but we got lucky. There she is. She has a dot, and blue is the color for this year. So we got lucky. There she was. I'm gonna go ahead and put that one back because I don't want to disturb her too much. So we also have a feeder in here. It's not full right now. I'm feeding outside of the hives, so that one doesn't have a lot of, it doesn't have anything in it actually, but I'm gonna go ahead and smoke them one more time just to get them to calm down and go back in there. So I'm gonna pull a different one because I don't want to disturb that queen there. Let's go ahead and see what's on this other one here. Oops, I think I killed one. All right, so we see more bees. We see more caps. I don't see, it's kind of hard without the light. Oh, we have some larvae there. So obviously the queen is doing a good job. When you see larvae, you also want to see eggs. I can't see the eggs because there's not good lighting right now, but you would see a teeny tiny dot in one of these honeycombs. Let's see if I can get no, I don't see anything there, but you can see we studied combs. We talked about the honeycomb shape in class when we did shapes. Let's see what else I can see here. So a bee will travel up to like 6 miles to get honey and nectar and pollen, and a bee will visit 50 to 100 flowers before it comes back to the hive to deposit whatever it's collected. it also, let's see, once a honeybee stings, it will die. So it's gonna sting as a last resort. It's not gonna sting unless you're really bothering it, or unless it has no other choice, because then it's gonna die. So its stinger is attached to its gut. So once it dies, that stinger sticks into you and then it pulls out all its guts. So then it dies. A drone cannot sting. It does not have a stinger. What else can I tell you? These are just the ones that were on the top. We can look at a few of these, see if anybody has I wanted to see, but we're probably not going to see anybody carrying pollen in their pollen baskets today because it's a little cold. I was hoping to find a drone, but I don't see any drones on that one. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull another one here. So the more honey in the spring and the summer, you stack more boxes on there, and then they start to build honey in the other ones, and that's how you get a little bit more honey. Now, we never take all of their honey because they have to have honey for the winter or they die. Oh, you can see one of them is sticking its head in there, probably putting whatever it brought back to the hive in there. I'm trying to find some drones here, but all I see is the worker bees. Let's see if we can turn it. Oh, so here we go, here we go. We have uncapped honey here, so they're not finished. This is capped honey. This is uncapped honey. If you can see it shining in the light, that is not yet completed. So they'll work on that and then they'll cap it like this. So let's see. Still haven't found any drones. I was hoping I could. I can see some more pollen there. You can see the different colors in the pollen depending on how and what flower they visit. Okay, I'm gonna put this one back and let's pull out that last one. Hopefully you can see, you got to see the workers, you got to see the queen. I'm hoping I can show you a drone. And then we'll close it up. Alrighty, so this is more uncapped honey here. Don't see any drones. So the way they make a queen is they feed it what's called royal jelly. So when they need a new queen, they start feeding it a special jelly called royal jelly, and that's all that bee will eat, and then it turns into the queen. I do not see any drones. Sorry. But this looks like a strong hive. It's doing good, so. I gotta put this little frame back in here, so I'm gonna make the room back in there. Oh, and I'm gonna spray it. You can hear the hum of the hive, and that's how we tell if they're getting angry or if they're calm. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit them with some smoke there. Hopefully they calm down a little bit. We can also tell when they're angry by the way that they hit us. If they're just checking on us, seeing what we're doing, then oh, look at that big old pile I got there. They kind of gathered there. So they'll just kind of check us with their bodies. They kind of hit us and ding off of us, or they just land on us. If they're angry, they're gonna hit us. They're trying to find a way into our suits. They're going to try and sting us any way they can. So I wanted to show you, this is me in my suit, and I do have to suit up, like I said. Once I became a beekeeper, we found out that I had a bad reaction to the stings, and so I have to suit up all the time. If not, I swell up like a puffer fish. You can see those guys coming back, or those girls actually. Those are the girls. Not sure what happened. So, oh yeah, so there are nurse bees, there are worker bees, there are bees that take care of, like, getting rid of the dead bees. So they'll bring that dead bee out. The nurse bees take care of the babies. So there's tons of jobs in a hive, and that's how it all gets done. That's how we can learn about bees and learn about ourselves, as taking care of each other like the bees do. What else can I tell you? We only pull honey twice a year. You can see these bees kind of gathered up here. Let's see if I can scoot scoop them up. There, see that? Scoop them up, and I'm just gonna toss them back in there. Scoop them up. Just toss them back in there. So, all right. So, I know this was kind of a fast. Well, it's 10 minutes, but if you have questions, I'd be happy to answer them for you. So let me know what you want to know about the bees, and we can make a part 2. All right. I look forward to your questions. Thank you.